I should test this Valgrind thing. Serious error. Okay. How do I build this guy? Is there a make file? There's a make file. August. Excuse me? You can only redeem it during a stream. Well, it's a stream. I don't know what Twitch is telling you. What? They got rid of the make file. They changed it to CMake. Bastards. To do this now. What does this do? Install build depths. I'm not gonna run that. CMake build type release gninja. What's this? Warning? Okay. Huh? How could this happen? What? So it's building PCH and it failed to find stdlib? That's odd. Let's just turn that feature off. Nope. What? There's no stdlib h. That doesn't make any sense. Huh? Why is it explicitly doing iSystem user include? What the heck? You don't have enough points for this reward? Not a loyal viewer, EGB. Why is this failing to compile? This doesn't make any sense. El Whato. Here's our include paths. Find user include name stdlib h. It's just in user include, right? Huh? I'm also curious why it says 9. I thought we were on a newer GCC. I guess not. Oh, we didn't make the switch. We did not make the switch. Right. Why is it not working? Why is it not working? Oh, is it because it got ignored? Why is this I system in here then? Who's putting this I system in there? This is wrong. I betcha it's TDD's fault. Maybe not. CMake install includer. That comes from GNU installers. Includer. Like, why? Why? Who thought to add this? It's still there. Malek. Malek is doing the same thing. Well, I should check that removing it works. Let's remove it. Removing that works, and then we have a too old compiler. But we need to fix this first. Why do so many things do this? What is this? It was probably some dumb patch that they applied. I bet you that's it. Missing that one. Still there. 17K is greater than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really? Huh. You're right. No, actually, you're wrong. Clearly. Why don't you compile? What does... Includer? What it? See, this sets this variable called includer, but it doesn't use it. Oh, I guess it uses it in here. includer for PC file. What the fuck is this? Package config. Okay. What the hell, bro? What the hell, bro? Move into a separate subdirectory. So I gotta log this. No, this. Install interface include. What? What? This doesn't make sense. Merge commit. Is this it? Where's this thing coming from? Clean. Let's undo that. Do that. It's still happening. Somebody is adding iSystem user include. I don't know where. Guess we'll search all target include directories and audit them all. Those look fine. Install interface. I don't know. XX hashter is sourcedir. Malloc includer is what? But that's this random executable. It doesn't matter. Okay. That's current sourcedir, that's current sourcedir, that's current sourcedir, that's relative, that's DirectX stuff, that's X11 stuff. Wait, this. So because it's iSystem means it would be commands target include. It would be system. We would see the system keyword. So let's search for that. Let's search for system as its own word. It's not there. Great. Why the heck? Who the heck is adding -i system? Open SSL maybe? OpenSSL is the problem? Oh, vey. King redeemed the slug. Be hilarious if variable called included got left out. Yeah. We fixed the bug. But now we have another bug. The next bug is our compiler's too old. So, will GCC 10 work? We also need to set OpenSSL includer to slash. We need to set CC is GCC10, CXX G++10. Hey, it's working. We should do -cmake interprocedural optimizations. Is that how you spell it? Nope. There you go. Now it'll work. You're gonna work, you're gonna work, you're gonna work, you're gonna work, you're gonna work. Still building. This is quite the link. Oh, it's probably because we're linking with BFDLD. We can change that. CXX flags, LD flags. Will that work? No, we need to set -cmake exe linker flags. What? Oops, didn't mean to RM. Guess we gotta rebuild everything. Fine. What would you like for your birthday? A calendar. Oh joy, I love computers. try gold. Why does it have to redo this when I switch to linker flag? Another slug redeem? Yeah, I want a wall calendar. A good one. It's gotta have thick pages so things don't bleed through. And maybe some funny jokes. Pictures are, if they're funny, yeah. Look at this, it's taking forever. It's probably only using one core. Not even a core. Not even 100% CPU. What the heck, man? Okay, now it's 100. Whoop, it disappeared. Oh, is it done? No, it's not done. It's just being Pope. Should I buy a 7950X? I'll think about it. Pictures of firemen? I could do that. Hey, Rebras. You've been here a while, haven't you? All I want to do is upgrade my linker so I can test that it works with Valgrind, so I don't need to switch linkers when I play with Valgrind. I said I would give JPuff the 5950X, right? That would probably be the way to go. Yes. I'll just give her the whole computer. I mean, I'll swap out the drive, but you know. Because she needs a RAM upgrade too for Photoshop. So 32 gigs should be fine. I'll finally buy a popper. What the heck? Why does it wait this long to tell me that nothing works? The hell is this? So these were basically the errors we got with LLD. Except we also got a missing main error. What is this crap? These should be there. Wait, why is it picking the Nix version? What the heck? Why is it picking the Nix version? Is that why? Oh, Jesus Christ. User bin cmake. Use LD goal. Let's use LLD this time again. Will it work this time? I can make a prediction. Yes, builds. No, build error. Will it build this time? Oh, I couldn't even make the prediction. It failed. Okay, now we're going to try with gold. Gold linker system CMake. Okay, new prediction. Will it build this time? With GCC 10 gold linker, and system Linux Mint CMake. Will it work? Prediction. Well, that would work. The build. Will the build work? Make your spend your points. You another slug, EGB? You should have saved those points for the prediction. And then you'd be able to do 2 slugs. Nobody's predicting. Predict, people. Predict. We only got 2 people who predicted. Well, either one person's getting 10 points or another person's getting a gazillion points. Hey, it worked. The believer won. Who's the believer? G2? Very nice. Choose outcome. Yes, bills. Nice. You can cast photos of mod? Oh, you can't cast photos of mod. Yeah, because mods can rig it. Quick link JS when? No, that's this project. This project mold is a fast linker. Anyway. Build mold. This is the new path. Okay. Now let's test it. Hey, it didn't error out. Hooray. Okay, I wrote in a Reddit comment that it didn't work, but I qualified by saying I'm using an old version. Now let's find that Reddit comment and post an update. How do I find things? It was an RCPP. Can I find it through here? Molds Valgrind. And search. No, that's just gonna search author Stragger. Yeah, it's not gonna find it. Ugh, excuse you. Are you actually paying money for solving GitHub issued? Yes. Where's my comment? I guess we could do this. Cite old Reddit com RCPP Valgrind mold Stragger. Maybe it's not an old. It's not that. It's not that. Maybe it's this one. No. This is my comment. Okay, now I post an update. I tested with commit. This. Valgrind? No, Valgrind with an N. Valgrind bug I encountered has been fixed. Thumbs up. Yay. Where's my Caracorder review? It's in the lab. How could I firewall a certain port? It depends on your firewall software, Rogable. I don't know what firewall software you're using. There are many firewall softwares. Why you use old Reddit and not just modern Reddit? Because I like old Reddit. Does firewall come with AWS? I don't know. Probably. Okay. School is cool? No, it's not. I think there's a bug here. See films. If I only accept my IP on that port, do I still need to firewall it? What? That's firewalling it. You have a firewall, and you say, hey, firewall, deny everything except this IP, this port. That's firewall. You configured your firewall. Named anonymous functions? Well, they're not anonymous. They have a name. Named function expressions. Yes, yes. Usually only need this for recursion, but you know, you could write it. You could write a name there. Hashtag JavaScript. You did that in Apache. Oh, then you should still do it in the firewall. You should use the firewall to do that. Why? Because Apache can have a bug. Yeah, defense in depth. Defense in depth. Free C++ lecture today? Sure. Cool. Latest molds. Looking buggy. Alright. What else do I have on my to-do list? What is this? TypeScript playground. Okay, that's a thing. Now, do we have this implemented in Quicklint? Builds. Missing name for elements in named tuple type. Unexpected token. Yeah, that's all busted. So tuple elements can be optional with a question mark there. That is so confusing. This is so stupid. TypeScript, why are you so dumb? So the thing is, you can write string question mark like that. Okay? And you can write B question mark, C question mark like that. You can have labels. You can have labels. And you can have you can, if there's a label, you need to put the question mark there. It's an error to put the question mark where it used to go without the label. That is so... Why? Why would you make this random syntax change? What is an important coding skill I need to practice more? I don't know. I think you don't need to practice skills in particular. You just need to write more code, see films. What language is this? This is TypeScript. And, oh, that's weird. You see how it's like shifting? Like the text is moving around as I change the selection? That's weird. Ew. Ew. We are writing a TypeScript parser, so we need to understand TypeScript syntax. That's why we're here in the playground. Hey, logic awe. Is TypeScript C++ wannabe? Not at all. Are my studies becoming more focused? I wouldn't worry about that, C films. I hear a rat making noise. I need to schedule a meeting with the rat people. Are they on this floor or in the basement? Wait a minute. I think they're in the basement, but I like your cut G. I don't know what that means. You scared of rat? Yes. Did you ask them nicely to leave? No. Didn't know I have 2 mice? I have 2 mice and 1 rat. 1 mouse is for my Windows computer, 1 mouse is for the Linux computer. How much to cut your hair short? That's a loaded question. What's the difference between mouse and mice? Mice is plural. Okay, so we need to parse this god-awful syntax. So test parse type script type tuple type Optional. This is an optional, what do you call it? An optional unnamed element. Unnamed element. Same, but optional named element. Okay, named tuple type. Missing name. Okay. There's no optional thing yet. Optional. Name tuple type. Name tuple type with missing name. So many test cases. Okay. Optional named elements. A question mark A. B question mark B. A B, and then this A B. TypeScript required tuple element after optional element. Okay. A question mark A B question mark. Expected question would be after the B. Previous question mark would be a question mark right there. And then a question mark, B question mark, C, no question mark. Okay. Blank. And then blank. Good. And then I don't care about this. Cool. So that's for the sane case, and then we need the insane case. Okay. What kind of GPU M1 Max have? Is it integrated one? Yes, it's an SoC. But that's different than like Intel SoC. Intel integrated. Do you recommend me to buy a TV for programming? TV is a problem because usually TVs are not as sharp of an image. So text readability is worse with the TV. Hello, Nina Mark. You can tell from the file extension here, .cpp. That means C++. When are you going to rewrite Quickly.js and Rust? Good question. I do want to do that experiment. Maybe I could do it now or after this feature. Maybe after this feature. I'll do it soon, sometime, maybe. After these features. When we rewrite it to Carbon? I won't. Okay, these tests should compile, but fail. Good. But what? Token not implemented, colon. I see. If there's a question else stuff. Where do we handle the colon though? We handle the colon here. I think we need to refactor that first. Or not. Maybe. Okay, okay. So if we see a colon, we do that. If we see a question, we do that. Okay, okay, okay. This is a bit complicated. Wait. I don't get it. Why is super confused? Can you tell me where the companies creating free frameworks getting the money from? Probably customers. Like Spring Framework, how do they pay engineers money? Spring Framework. Let's look. Hear the rat. It's kind of annoying. Spring Framework. Training, project support, thank you. What is thank you? Okay. Part of it is paid by JetBrains. JetBrains provides IDE licenses. Gradle Enterprise sponsors also. JFrog also. There's no sponsorship here. But actually, this is not a sponsorship. There's no sponsorship here. This is a sponsorship. UKit, your kit. There's a sponsorship here. There's a sponsorship here from Browser Stack. Okay, those are some things. Some ways that they make dough. Well, you know, they reduce their cost. Here's a bunch of people who worked on Spring. Get support. Support VMware Spring Runtime. VMware? Spring by VMware Tanzu. Oh, okay. So Spring is owned by VMware? So you're asking, how does VMware get their money? VMware, they sell stuff. Sell products and services. Sell VM software and VM services and probably a bunch of other crap. You said, how do they pay engineers money? It's possible that many of the Spring contributors are not paid for their work on Spring. I don't know. It's hard. Usually people don't publish this information out there, how they make their money or whatever. So you can go to the team and then send these people an email or something and ask. You can ask them, each one of them, hey, do you make money off of Spring Dev? And you'll get a lot of non-answers and a lot of no's. Carbon or Rust, guys? Rust. I code in Java. I normally do not code in Java. I have coded in Java, but I don't have any projects in Java. How Gradle gets money? Gradle Java. How does Gradle get money? Careers. Working at Gradle. Interesting. Well, I pay people. How do they get money? Well, what do they sell? They sell training. They sell private customized on-site training. There's a Gradle Enterprise. I don't know what Gradle Enterprise is, but they sell this, I guess. They do consulting. There you go. That's how they make their money. EGB, have a good night. Have a good night. I sponsored QLJS no name in the website yet. Okay, and it'll stay that way. Which do you indicate, Java or Python? I don't know what you mean by indicate. Okay, Pedrin. Which one do I use? I've used Java and Python professionally. For the project I'm working on now, I've not used Java, but I have used Python. Show us that shirt. Shirt. It's a build tool for Android projects. I know what Gradle is. I know what it is. What advice would you give to a self-taught programmer? I've been learning Python and JavaScript for the last year. I try to work on projects when I can feel like I hit a pretty big wall. Having a hard time learning now. My advice is work on projects. Don't worry about learning. You'll learn when you learn. Excuse me. You'll learn when you do the projects. Also, having a community is nice. So it could be some Discord server, some IRC channel or something. Some online forum, like a subreddit or something. And where people have a culture of sharing updates about their own projects. You'll share your project, and then you can track your own project over time, or compare yourself to others, or I don't know, whatever you want to do, whatever you like. Community helps. It's not necessary though. Community can also help you get a job. Is there any high-level programmer that doesn't or never used GitHub? Oh yeah. Plenty of people have not used GitHub. Okay, so when you see a question mark Then there are two cases. Then there's, if there's a colon or there's not a colon. So if there's a colon, this would be name type. If there's not a colon, this is name type question mark. Like that. So we could say name colon end. So we could start with null putter. And then if it's a colon, name colon end equals that. Okay. Okay, I understand better now. So else that this skip this skip and then name colon and current Lexer is at this peak refers to type. Well, we could say it refers to colon. So, I think that maybe is better. So we keep this. Colon end. Peak refers to this. Assert this peak type is token type colon. Okay. Is named. Bool is named false element. And then this would be true. True, else type. This would be false. And this would be false. Like that. Boom. Is named element. Okay. Progress. We are now parsing optional name thingies. Okay. Trying to count how many words in school is cool have ool in them. Do I need a for loop? Ool rhyme. This. Do I need a for loop? Maybe. There's a few ways to do it. I think the way you're trying to do it would involve a for loop. But there's other kinds of loops you can do. What field system on a chip and stuff like this belong to? I'm going to study it. Hardware engineering, computer engineering, electrical engineering. If you're scrolling through some get diff output and you want to see the full file of something in the diff, how do you do that? So we're like here, we're like, oh, I want to see this file. I want to see the green file because it's kind of hard to see with all these changes, right? How do you do that? I would do question mark, caret, commit. This is in the less pager. So that scrolls up to the commit. I copy the commit hash, paste it somewhere, and then I have the file name, which I get in some way. You could do the same question mark, caret, diff to get the file name. So here I chopped off the A slash and the B slash for easy copy paste. You probably have an A slash in the front or a B slash in the front. But anyway, you technically need to take the second one here, but I mean in my case they're both the same. And you do a git show, and then you do the hash colon, not a space, but a colon, and then the file name. And this is the file at that commit. And you can like save it to a file by redirecting new.cpp. And if you want the before version, you can do a tilde1 or a caret or whatever. Save that to old.cpp, and then I can vimdiff olds new. So see there's the changes. You see I added C set jump, and in the git diff I added C set jump. Does that make sense, Flask? Git show hash colon file name. Old, new. Okay. So next task is, well, next subtask. We are just skipping over the question mark and doing no validation on it. We need to do validation on the question mark. We already have validation on the question mark, but it's down here. So let's make this a helper function. Check optional question. Auto check optional question. Void. Okay. Assert that this key type is token type question. That shouldn't do anything, except it does things. What's wrong with spread? You mutter, clucker. Okay, I guess this guy needs to go here. Ugh. Okay. And then here we call check optional question. Wait, no. We will call later. But here, check optional question called now. Uh-oh. Oh, we can't call here because this is at the colon. We need to call it here, but we can't call it here because we don't know. Except we do know. We do know. You get 0 currently, not 2. CFilms, you should console log your variables, in particular your array variable. What is .type? That is a member variable. Isn't peek a function? Yes. It's a function that returns a class, and the class has a member variable called type. Okay, I guess what we need to do is call it here, and then can that be done in Python too? Yeah, for sure. For sure, CTY. What does : mean? Here, it means look up a member inside an enum class. So this is an enum class. An enum class token. Here, so it's enum class thingy, which has a bunch of options, and we're looking up a member in it. So here we're looking up question, which is this member. Stop being Ilpulse? No. Okay, so if we do check optional question here, the problem is we also call it later. Because when we break, then we go here. Oh, we still need all this crap too, don't we? Nah, whatever. We'll worry about that later. So, I guess we do this. Skip parsing optional question. We could do a goto like that. Already parsed the question, don't try to parse it again. Okay. Token not implemented. Question. What? We should have parsed already. Does include check the for all the characters in array element? I say just playing around with it, T-Films. Which test case are we in? This Lexer debug dump location. God damn you stupid piece of crap, poopy. It's this one. A question mark is blowing up. A identifier, we skip it, and then question mark, we skip it. And then here we roll back. Oh, we roll back the question mark. We roll back the question mark. So what I should do is check the question. Okay. Before the transaction. Oh, but then, no. Okay. How do we do this? This is convoluted. Oh, okay. I have an idea. This guy. We move this back to where it was. Rat's making more noise. You're looking into the sum method now? I don't think that's what you want to see, Films. I don't think you want the sum method. Okay, we want to skip this code sometimes and sometimes not skip the code sometimes. But also run the code sometimes. Sometimes. God damn that rat. Making noise. See, I would let the rat live if it didn't make noise and stuff. But it's gotta go. Cheers, ZGB. Filth. filter method? How would filter help? I mean, you could do it with filter, but the structure that you had, C-Films, looked fine. There's just some bugs with it. Did you try console logging? %, of 50% of the time. Yeah, except for the 75%. In which case I only want to run it 50% of the time. Okay. Let's go back here. If we see either of these, and check. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Okay. Here we have parsed the question mark. Therefore, we shouldn't skip it. Right? We were skipping it. That's what this go-to is. It's go-to skipping it. But the problem is we're not skipping it. We rolled back. So we need to say we already called check above. Skip in here. I'll call again. Unreachable. Break. Yeah, like that, maybe. Oh wait, forgot to skip. Duh. Okay. Progress. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's actually progress. You console log and fix the bugs and got 0. I don't think it... What? How does that make sense? Wait, it's expecting no errors? TypeScript required tuple element after optional element. For this? I know why. Okay, I understand now. I understand now. Aha. Optional question is this peak span. Okay. If optional question has value, Well, spread and name. Can you mix spread and name? I don't friggin' know. Okay, anyway. If you don't have a value, then this would be type question mark. Cool. Well, this would be not type question mark, but let's say type question mark like that, I guess. I don't know. Friggin', we don't need this no more. We don't need this no more. We don't need this. Instead, we write optional question equals this peak span. And we got you. Don't need that no more. Okay, now where are we? Optional name element, good. End of file. Here. A question mark colon is named element true. So we are at the colon. We skip the colon stuff and we commit and then get to type, which is that. And then we hit the right square, but what? This peak type end of file. How did we hit end of file? What are you talking about? How did we hit end of file? Okay, let's put a breakpoint here. You run. Ugh. Okay. Question, good. And then a colon, good. True. And then here, good. We skip the colon, commit. So if we this peak type, it should be an identifier, which is the A. It's the A. And then you do next. Oh, I know the bug. Oops. I left a skip here. No skip there. I moved the skip here. Cool. Fix that bug. Okay. Next bug. Why is it doing that? Why is it pagering? A question mark is blowing up now. I know why. We unparsed the reset. Parse it again later. Yay! Convoluted logic. The console has no errors? Yeah, but I don't think the console log would have errors. I'm saying you add a console log statement to your program to observe. You should add a console log to observe your your variables. In particular, you should console log your ool rhyme r. Have a ginger and lemon tea, it helps. Sounds Asian. Okay, so you console log and you fix the issue, at least one issue. Okay. Good, good. And I have another issue, which neighbor SJ pointed out. You're not using your variable I. You should use your variable I. I mean, you're using it here technically, right? But you're not using it inside the curlies of your for loop. What is that GDB binds? I was already in the debugger in a tab, browser, terminal tab. I'm just switching terminal tabs here. Okay, expected that we get required tuple element after option element. We get required tuple element after option element, but the location's wrong. So it's pointing at 1212. We wanted 99. I know why that is. That's because expected optional question is an optional expected optional question is where a question would syntactically placed. Null putter can be placed at the end of place after the type. To make the tuple element optional. Okay. Expected optional question. Okay, so if you write a colon, then it is at the end of the name. So our test really should be like with a space there. You know. Okay. So this would be elements begin? No. This would be this Lexer end of previous token. And if you do this guy, is only valid if optional question is not. Okay. Then we can say here, if expected optional question is not set, then expected optional question is equal to end of previous token. And then here it'd be expected optional question. And then everything works. We made progress, but it's not perfect. Okay, now what's wrong? Actual. We got this. Whose element 0 doesn't match. Whose expected question equals 16. Previous. So the previous is wrong for some reason. Oh, he accidentally forgot the square bracket. We good. We good. Okay, it worked. What is my opinion on being anti-GDB? I can understand it if you're anti-GDB. Asked to do this program is JavaScript. The one C Films is working on, that's JavaScript. Mine is, as you know, C++. Hello, Bastickle. I'm using Socket.io in a project. I want to emit an event. Tried exporting, importing CommonJS module. Got different Socket.io listener instances. How can I get this done right? Need one of my trigger Socket.io event. I doubt the problem. Okay. You got different Socket.io listener instances. That would only happen if you call the Socket.io function multiple times. Can you show your code? Bustickle? You could share it on a site like bpaste if it's 1 or 2 files. If it's more than that, then click. If it's more than that, then maybe send a zip or a GitHub page or something. Okay. Spread element with optional named element. Rest element can fall. Okay, wait. Can you write a spread on a named? Oh, spread has bullshit too? My gosh. Oh no. Spread has bullshit too with named. There's so many combinations now. Oh man, oh no. So it would be like first, second. So C can be optional. Nope. Okay, the rules are bananas. Okay, feet, typescript, parse optional name tuple elements. Okay. Name tuple element syntax. So we've already done a. Now we need we've done a question mark a. We need to do spread a. We need to do that. We also need to do can you do optional spread? Invalid. And then there's this, which is invalid. And then there's this, which is invalid. Jesus. And then the code needs to get cleaned up too. Okay, let's look at this patch. Optional question. Expected optional question is where a can be placed to make the element optional. Null putter can be placed after the type. It's only valid. Okay. And then we have all this stuff. Use name element. There you go. And we have this. And we have that. And we have that. We're good. And we have that. Okay, okay. My next challenge is to only check for words ending in "ool." I thought that's your current challenge. Bestickle, are you gonna send me your code so I can take a look? Hey Roshan, I have this new internship and they are using mainly Python. What resource can I use to learn it better? You already know the basics. I'd say do your job. And by doing your job, you'll learn Python better. If you already know the basics, then you know how to do Python. So do the tasks at your job. It's my recommendation. And if you have questions or you're like, there's probably a better way to do this, that's when you ask your coworkers. Because they probably know more Python, so they can help. Okay, so let's work on this guy. You're extracting the main code lines? I think that's a bad idea, but you can try it. If you try to narrow it down to the main code, you might delete the bug, and then I won't see the bug, right? So unless you're testing what you're going to show me, I would include the whole thing. You're getting 3, not 2. Okay. But isn't that right? 1, 2, 3. Isn't that correct, C-Films? Because there's 3 ools. Tuple type optional names element cannot have question after type. Okay. This needs a diagnostic. Capture diags. Expect that. We need something like this. Doop. Excuse you. Ools as a Z, you don't want to count that. Okay. Makes sense. Then you don't want includes, because includes sees if the string is anywhere inside of this string. You wanted to know more on how the language behaves. How the language behaves? Just like as an intellectual curiosity? Are you talking about other language features, or are you talking about how the language features you mentioned work? If you're talking about new language features, then you need to seek out new code, like read new code, or look at the Python documentation, or look on like a community that does Python. They're going to be discussing the new features, and that's how you get exposure to the new features. That's how a lot of people get exposure to new features, is they talk about it with other people. If you're talking about the existing features and you want to know more in depth about it, you can read the documentation on those features, or you can ask your colleagues. Good to see me coding. Cheers. Yeah, I'm happy to be coding. Optional names tuple element question after type. So expected question is after the A, and then the question is there. Look good? Look good? Look good? Has to do. This is a transliteration of what they have right now, but it's not what they want. What you hacking? We are supporting this god-awful syntax. The genius designers of TypeScript decided that in some cases you put the question mark at the end, and in some cases you don't put it at the end, you put it over here. Duh. You want to know how Python behaves behavior compares to other languages. What extra steps I might have to make the same thing another language does. Oh. Well, I guess you have to compare it to a specific language then. What language are you interested in comparing it to? I'd say in order to do that, you would need to implement a thing in both languages, and then you can compare. Or what you could do is understand the Python implementation, like what it does by reading its code, which is in C. And then that tells you everything that the Python implementation does. Well, assuming you know C and what C does. Well, it's hard to compare languages that way, Rashawn. I mean, it's easy, but it's hard if you don't know them, and there's no like guide for it. I didn't know there was a demand for doing that kind of comparison. Like sometimes, actually usually in Python, you need to fewer steps than JavaScript. Of course, there's exceptions. There's cases where JavaScript's more concise, but I'd say in general, when it comes to things like, well, I'm thinking specifically dicts and lists and loops. Usually those are more concise in Python. Is question mark an Elvis operator like in Kotlin? In this case, it is completely unrelated to an Elvis operator. What was the website I used yesterday to translate for a file? Wormhole file transfer? This thing? Wormhole.app. I don't know if it works. But what method would be better to use than includes? For checking if something ends with another thing? Isn't there a function called ends with? Yeah, there's a function called ends with. See films? Use the ends with function. All right, so let's make this okay. Diag typescript named tuple. So we have the question and then the source code span expected question. Question belongs after the tuple elements name, not the type. Question, and then message goes here. Expected question, like that, probably. Ends with is only on strings, but you're only dealing with strings. See films? Inside of your for loop, you have two strings. Right now you're using includes. Now we need to report the error. So this would be if we see a question, invalid. Oh, we also need the double question. We'll worry about that later. They use Backblaze. What is Backblaze? Backblaze. Online backup cloud storage service. What? What do you mean they use it? To store the data? I thought they expire the data. Okay. This, we need to say if expected optional question okay, so this would be this. Time reporter report. So we have the question, is this is optional question. And then we have the expected question is source code span units of expected works. Feet TypeScript error on NT type misplaced question mark. Okay. Use negative indexes? What are you talking about, acid dude? Use regex? Why? They can use the ends with function. That's perfect for this job. Negative indexes don't do that in JavaScript. Acid dude. And there's already the end with function. So he should use the end with function. But the fact that he says he's not dealing with strings is concerning to me. It means he doesn't understand how his code currently works. Okay, if we write a question like that, then this needs to be another diagnostic. This would be just the trailing question mark is redundant. Or not redundant, it's just invalid. Their name and type. So this would be the type question and the name question. So the type question is there, and then the name question is there. After name and type, So there's the type question and the name question. Belongs only after the type of name. Also after. I don't really need two messages. Question mark belongs only after the tuple element name, not also after the type. Sure, I guess that's descriptive. Bastickle is here with the code. Okay, 2 files, 3 files. This is all server-side? Appy server, okay. Where's your use of socket IO? IO. Oh, you got a global there. Okay. Okay. So when we receive a new connection, we say socket.emit connected. What is socket? Oh, that's the, okay, incoming thing. What? You tell them they connected? That's weird. But okay. Socket on new. PID callback socket routes. Execution add new. Huh? Okay, let me read your original comment. I want to emit an event broadcast. Yep. Try to exporting, importing, comment just I got different socket IO listener instances. I tried. Okay. What is this file called? This one is called index. I guess you're pulling out IO here. IO emit. This throws method of undefined. Okay. You have execute. Ah, you're loading execute here. Oh, okay. I see. No. This is async. Are you calling it? Yes, yes. Okay. I see the problem. Bastickle. It's unrelated to socket IO. You have, I'll demonstrate with 2 files. You have execute.js and you have index.js. Index.js, you're doing this require execute thing. Execute. You're doing this, right? Thing equals whatever. Let's call it execute. And then what you're doing is you're creating the IO variable. So let's say const IO is 42, doesn't matter what it is. And then you're saying at the end, module exports IO. Then in executes.js, what it does is it pulls out IO, and then it returns a function. Well, it exports a function. doesn't matter. And then let's just console log IO. So what you're getting is undefined. Let's make sure I'm also getting undefined. Node index. Wait, no. We need to call the function too. So eventually we're calling the functions. Let's do a set timeout to call your execute function after half a second. Okay. So after half a second, we get undefined. And hey, we get a warning from Node.js. Accessing non-existent property IO of module exports and cites circular dependency. This is the hint. You have a circular dependency. This file needs this file needs this file. They need each other. So the problem is it's going to run your code one line at a time, roughly. So if you load index.js, it's going to run this first, which means it's not going to do the rest yet. It's going to run this line. This line says require index.js. It's kind of cut off. It says require index.js. So what it does is require doesn't run this index.js again. Instead, it returns its exports object. The exports object is empty. So this basically returns an empty object. You can console log it. It'll be not an empty object, but a shit ton of warnings. It's technically not an empty object, a little module magic, but you get an empty object back. That's the problem. Now, one way to fix it is to not have the cycle and to put all your code in one file. Another way to fix it is to be very careful in how you do the code and do this require after you change module exports. So if you do that, let's get rid of the log. Oops. Now we get 42. Because index.js will create this variable, whatever, and then it'll update exports. So now index.js's exports contains IO. And then when you require execute.js, and execute.js requires index, now requiring index gives you back this object, which has IO in it. That's one way to fix the issue. Another way to fix the issue, the third way. So the first way is put them all in the same file and don't rely on require being kind of weird. Second solution is to export your things before requiring. Third way to fix this issue is, one, don't destructure immediately. Just take the exports object. So we'll call this index for lack of a better name. And then here we'll say index.io. Now this will still say undefined. Still says undefined. The reason it still says undefined is because at this point, or at the beginning of the script, module exports is one object. Here you're making a new object. You're replacing the object, but that doesn't replace this variable. So instead of making a new object to export, we can take the existing object and add to it like that. Now it says our 42. Because when we do this line, this is kind of like saying over here index.io equals whatever. And then later we can see it. Hopefully that makes sense. The module system does take some time getting used to, especially if you're doing stuff like this. Another way is to change your design to not use global variables like this. And if you avoid global variables and use something like dependency injection, then you're less likely to hit this issue. Now, you're going to hit a bunch of other issues, but not this issue. Downside with doing that is usually it's a lot more code, but global variables are nice and easy. Asked to do, doesn't JavaScript also have slice to access the last letters of a string by a negative index? I don't know if slice supports a negative index. ASDF slice -2. Apparently it does. Yeah, you could do that. But I don't know why you would do this and then say equals df. Like, you would need to do this. Or instead, you could just write ends with df. Is the reason why you have decided to go with ghosting in your terminal but not in your editor? Ghosting? What does ghosting mean, Mr. Lupickle? How can I make the process faster on getting better at programming? Cocaine. You having fun there? I need to write down, let me do a mark. Let me do a mark here. Okay. Can you say this on YouTube? More important one, IG. Huh? You want me to make a YouTube video where I say this? Mr. Love Pickles, so you're referring to this? Why do I do this here and not in Vim? Because this is a history completion. I sometimes want to do history completion. I guess you're asking, why is it automatic and not only by recall? Because, one, it's fast here, but it's slow in Vim. Two, this doesn't interrupt my typing like it would in Vim. Three, seems pretty reliable. Four, I don't know, I just haven't set it up in Vim. I guess. Okay, go. It should tell me there is no error, but expected an error. Nope, I got the diag codes wrong. Okay, now it should say there's no error, but there should have been. Nope, totally blows up. Okay, that makes sense. Because we're saying if you already have a question mark, then don't try to parse a question mark. But we need to say something like this. This needs to be this peak span, else. So if optional question has value, then that's bad. We would do something like after name and type. So the name, type question, and then the name question would be the existing optional question. Good. Good. Error on type extra question mark. Okay. So many ifs in compilers, man. So many ifs in static analysis tools. Is there any way I can map switching windows to the next previous desktop to keyboard shortcuts on Mac? Switching windows to the next previous desktop, like moving a window to a desktop? Is there any way you could do it? Almost certainly. Do I know the way? No. Why they said terminal when they shows Vim? John, are you talking about Mr. Love Pickle? Why did they say terminal? Because they meant my shell. When a lot of people say terminal, they mean your shell. Like Zeesh or whatever. At least I think they said terminal. Yeah, you said terminal. The link you sent? What link? I didn't see the link. You didn't send that link. Best terminal color schemes. Why do they say terminal when they show Vim? Because they're retarded? I don't know.